White's VX3 and V3i are White's flagship top-of-the-line models. This is one of the few metal detectors that actually transmits and receives more than one frequency simultaneously. You can run all three, you can run a salt configuration, or you can run one of the three individually. The VX3 is your base model. It comes with the 9.5-inch coil. It can use the wireless headphones as an option. The big difference between it, other than the search coil, is that the V3i has the more advanced options menu. Quite a few more options for people that really like to change details about how the detector operates and how it acts. As sophisticated as the VX3 and the V3i are, they are easy to operate. Pretty much you just turn it on. It's going to go through a battery check and a starting sequence. You can press and release the trigger switch on the grip. If you want to ground balance it, it'll track to the ground automatically, but if you want to ground balance it, hold the trigger, hold enter, pump the coil a few times, and it'll smooth out the ground. Release the trigger and enter. You're ready to start searching. Of course, the reason a lot of people love the VX3 and the V3i is the multi-frequency options and features. Now, if I go across to frequency on my live controls, I can just go arrow up and down, and I can choose either all the frequencies, all three, or I can choose a salt configuration if I'm on a wet saltwater beach, or I can choose one of the three frequencies separately. The lowest frequency, 2.5, is best for hard metals, silvers and coppers, large targets that are deep. The center frequency, 7.5, that's good for brass and for lead. A lot of the relic hunters like that center frequency. And then of course the highest frequency is best for gold. It's going to be more sensitive to your jewelry. 22.5 is quite a high frequency, and that gives you a lot better sensitivity to nickel and gold. There are a couple more options to the multi-frequency menu. One of them is called Best Data or Correlate. Best Data will look at the three frequencies. It'll pick the strongest one, meaning that's going to give you your best data, and it'll just use that information exclusively. Correlate will use all three frequencies, compare all three, and come up with a decision based on the three frequencies. Big difference. Best Data is your go-to, I think. For me, I use Best Data the most. Correlate is better for high iron areas. If you really get into a lot of man-made iron, a lot of nails, just iron everywhere, the Correlate mode is going to give you a little bit better iron rejection. If you've got two or three VX3s and V3is around, they'll tend to chatter a little bit. You can offset your frequencies with the VX3 and the V3i and get away from that interference from other metal detectors. So to adjust the sensitivity, just go over to sensitivity, use your arrow up and down control to adjust your sensitivity. RX gain is your preamp or your output. Your AC and DC sensitivity or your input gain levels. One of the things you want to think about is your starting program. Coin and jewelry is a good general program to use all over the place. You can modify it. What's really nice about the VX3 and the V3i is if you change one of these basic programs, that change is automatically saved in memory. So if you turn it off, if you change batteries, if you come back next week, your change is still there. If you've turned up the volume, if you've changed the discrimination around, it automatically remembers everything. You don't have to do anything to keep that and hold that in memory. You can save it as a custom program and name it if you want to use it forever and ever, or you can just modify them and use them as they are. If you ever want to restore them to the factory programs, there's a pretty easy sequence in the menu where you could just restore those factory programs to their factory default settings. The VX3 and the V3i can optionally use the wireless headphones. We've had excellent results with these, no delay, nice quality wireless headphones. Another advantage of the wireless headphones is the mixed mode stereo, whereby you can hear all metal in one ear and discrimination in the other ear. A lot of advanced users have had extremely good luck with that mode. It is quite an advanced mode, but if you really want to find things, it's a great mode to use. So if you want all the advanced features of multi-frequency, but you just want to turn it on and go, the VX3 is the way to go. If you want the advanced menu, if you want to fine-tune that detector to your preferences and your conditions, the V3i is the way to go. It has over 250 different user options that you can adjust. There's an advanced user's manual that you can refer to. You can also go to White's website. The forum has a lot of great advice from other users from all around the country and all around the world. If you're looking for a true multi-frequency high-end metal detector, you can't go wrong with the VX3 or the V3i.